This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping a foot on the whoop, the geeks.
Go ahead.
We keeping a foot on the whoop, the geeks, and like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian tiger that I am, I'm applying whoop unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. We have to talk about the fundamentals of basketball. Let me explain what the fundamentals of basketball is all about. Basketball is a sport. In order for you to be the ultimate basketball player, you got to be able to know how to shoot free throws. Free throws is a very underrated thing when it comes to the game of basketball. You also got to be able to know how to put the ball on the floor. What does putting the ball on the floor mean? It means not sitting there doing crossover dribbling as if you're showboating and things of that nature. It's more so about basically knowing how to run transition basketball, knowing how to feel the tempo of the game, the temperature of the game, knowing how to slow things down. Because a lot of times in basketball, your positioning on the offensive end is in a half court set. So when it's in a half court set, you got to understand how to slow things down and realize that when you slow things down, you're basically putting things into what we call a snail of a crawl. The reason why this is important, the reason why this is very crucial is because defense, especially in pressurized situations like the NBA playoffs, they slow down to a snail crawl. So you got to understand how to be able to feel the defense with your legs, how to be able to move the basketball from one end to the other, how to basically know when to look for the open player, and how to know when to basically put the ball in the basket. All of these things are very crucial. This is why teams that have championship habits, teams that have championship mindsets, they understand this. They don't play the LeBron James basketball. They play the right basketball. The right game of basketball is knowing when the game is on the line, I'm going to basically put the ball in the basket. Because when it's all said and done, basketball has two sides of the equation, offense and defense. What is defense? Defense is basically rebounds. Defense is steals. Defense is blocks. What does all of that translate to? Basically holding your opponent, limiting them, stopping them. This is what defense is about. Basically ensuring that your opponent is not doing whatever they want on a basketball court. What is offense? Offense is scoring. It's putting the ball in the basket. It's not making the right fucking play, the right fucking pass. This is why the LeBron James' style of basketball makes absolutely no sense. Offense, when it all leads to it, is when you have the possession, you have the 24-second clock. What are you doing? You're using that clock to score. That's what offense is all about, scoring. This is why Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant game of basketball is the ultimate game of basketball, because they understand in a 24-second clock, it's about putting the ball in the basket. If you guys don't understand these fundamentals, you will never understand the game of basketball. This is what the fundamentals of the game of basketball is all about. Scoring and stopping the opponent. Let me say it again. Scoring and stopping the opponent. Not making the right fucking play. What the fuck is the right fucking play? Scoring and stopping the opponent. Absence doing these things, you're not playing basketball. And see, what people got to understand is stick to the basics. Basketball is a very easy sport. A lot of people make the sport of basketball very difficult. And you know why they make it difficult? Because they try to do what's called the supposed showboating, the supposed right play, having fun. Basketball is not about having fun. Basketball is about winning, and winning again. This is how you run people off the basketball court. See, these are the different mindsets. That's why in this new generation, this AAU nonsense, this LeBron James nonsense, it teaches people to have fun on the basketball court. What the heck is having fun? It's about basically shutting your opponent down, scoring the basketball, and executing so that you can win. And there's a mindset. See, basketball has other elements. There's intangibles. There's clutch factor. Everyone does not clutch on the basketball court. Clutch is something that's genetic. You have to have it in you. If you're not born with being clutch, then you will not be clutch. LeBron James is not a born to be clutch basketball player. He's trying to manufacture clutchness. And when you manufacture clutchness, what it leads to? It leads to a 40% abysmal NBA Finals average and performance. But guys that have the clutch factor in their DNA, i.e. the Michael Jordans of the world, i.e. the Kobe Bryants of the world, what are their NBA Finals average and performance? Michael Jordan, 100%. Kobe Bryant, 71.4%. Because these guys understand basketball at the highest levels. If you don't understand these rudimentary principles, if you don't understand these basic ideologies on how to play the game of basketball, you will never understand the game of basketball. This is what basketball at its most crucial, at its most pivotal, and at its most elemental state is scoring and stopping the opponent. Michael Jordan understands this very well. Kobe Bryant understands this very well, and that's why they mastered the game of basketball, because they mastered the element of putting the ball in the basket. They've mastered the element of dominating the 24-second clock, but they also mastered the element of limiting their opponents, shutting their opponents down, and ensuring their opponents are not doing what they're supposed to. When it's all said and done, that's what basketball is about. And if anyone tells you anything else outside of this three-dimensional gems and jewels that you're getting, basically you need to gobble this thing up like a turkey. Get the notepads out and get to the damn scribbling. If you're not adhering to the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of what was just dissected to you in this video, I can't help you. It either means that you're a LeBron tard, it either means that you were part of this generation, or it means that you don't understand the principles of basketball. When you think of basketball, you have to think of Michael Jordan. When you think of basketball, you have to think of Kobe Bryant, because that is what basketball represents. Michael Jordan is basketball and basketball is Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant is basketball and basketball is Kobe Bryant. But the lack thereof of basketball is LeBron James, and LeBron James is the lack thereof of basketball. That's the cool part. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.